Welcome back to Bay Area Focus. For its upcoming Doc Stories Fest, the SF Film Society promises to screen the year's most important documentaries. Noah Cowan and filmmaker Orlando Bagwell will tell us what is being offered. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right, well, you've been on the show before. You're the executive director of the SF Film Society. Big job.
Yeah, we're having a great time now, showing lots of movies to lots of big audiences here in the Bay Area, supporting a lot of great filmmakers like Orlando.
Yes, yes. We'll get to Orlando's film in just a minute. But let's go over the documentaries. You promised that this year's most important documentaries will be seen.
So this is a new program for us at San Francisco Film Society. We've been seeing that the documentary community of San Francisco has become so important and so vital to the national conversation, not just about film, but actually about social issues and just kind of creativity in the arts. And so we decided we'd just make a little festival to sort of encapsulate all of that amazing new work that's going on here. So the festival really has a dual function. So on one side, we're actually showing kind of the contenders, the films that are going to play, be a big in lights on the awards season train. You're going to see some of these movies nominated for Oscars, the Golden Globes, and various other sort of celebratory stuff that's going to be going on for the next few months. But not only are you going to be able to see the films, because San Francisco is so important, the filmmakers are coming and a lot of the thought leaders and participants in the movies are coming in order to really speak to San Francisco audiences about what their films are about. On the other side, we're actually looking at this really interesting new trend in documentary making, and that's these short-form documentaries that come out of the world of journalism. And so we're doing 3 separate programs with 3 different kinds of commissioners. So HBO on one side, this amazing new group of young people called Field of Vision on another, and then our opening night, which is a collaboration with the New York Times, who've been a real leader in this field with these short films called New York Times Op Docs, which you actually see on their homepage when you visit them.
Yeah, that's amazing. Orlando, you have a film, When Loud Music Turned Deadly.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, it was a film, actually, it was early in the Op Doc kind of development. We were looking at a film about the death of Jordan Davis in Florida. And we thought that in some way we wanted to introduce it to the public. It was just after Trayvon. And so we decided, the Op Docs had started, it was in motion, and we decided that we wanted to try and create a film that in some way introduced Jordan's story to the general public. So, so that we did that first, and then we made a long-form film called 3.5 Minutes.
Do a lot of people know his story?
I think at the time, people had heard of the incident. It was another incident in Florida, but they didn't know Jordan. And it wasn't just about Jordan. We didn't want to do just Jordan. Jordan has a large family. And it was really about the loss and what that really means. And we wanted to bring a strong statement about the loss of life that happens in these situations, because usually it's just a headline.
Sure. Well, we do have a clip from your movie.
Okay.
Typical teenager, silly, I told him, it's okay to do that at home or in your friend's house. I said, but remember, when you're out in the street, be very, very careful, because it's not that you have to do something wrong. It's perceived that you did something wrong. Me and Jordan had talked about the Trayvon Martin case. I remember that Jordan put a hoodie on. He has a brown hoodie that he wore in response to what happened to Trayvon. He said, we kind of look alike, Dad, and we're the same age. And he said, that shouldn't have happened to him, Dad. That should never have happened to him.
And then it happened to him.
Yes.
What did you learn making this film?
Wow. I think one of the things that I had to kind of accept was that we often look at these deaths and we confront them really as a story or a headline, and it's really about people. And that this is something that and I also recognized that it was happening all over the country, and that there were many people, once they watched the film, not just the Op Doc introduced it, but when they also watched 3.5 Minutes. In 3.5 Minutes, we made it 2 years ago, and it's still living, because so many people are connected to the story. And it's not just their parents, it's all their extended family and people who have a relationship with them. And so we've been traveling around the country showing it that way.
And it's still so timely. You were talking about this come from journalism. I mean, we've heard stories, many stories like this over the last 2 years. People are still there's a dialogue right now in this country about about this kind of violence.
Yes, and I think that in some way what we were hoping is that would actually happen. And for we had a lot of encounters with Trayvon, with Trayvon's parents. Often they were in same forums that we were in, and they had tried. I think they had tried to launch a film themselves, and they couldn't do it. And we realized that we really needed to do this, so this conversation would be a public conversation.
Okay, well, Noah and Orlando, thank you so much for coming on the show. The festival is when?
November 5th to 8th. Tickets are $12 if you're a member, become a member,
yes,
or $14 if you're not.
You hear that? Become a member. All right. For more information on the Doc Stories Festival, you can log on to sffs.org. Again, that's sffs.org. That's it for this week. We'll be back with more Bay Area Focus next week. Have a great day.